So hello everyone, in this particular video we are just going to learn very basic information for alcohol, phenol and ether. Even while pertaining to these three functional groups, this particular video we are going to learn the classification for these groups. But before going into their classification, keep in mind a very important thing, and that is the OH functional group, which is generally coined as hydroxy functional group. Sometimes we also mention it as hydroxyl functional group. Remember very perfectly, then when to a benzene ring we add this OH group, that is the hydroxyl group, we generally state it as phenol. But apart from adding this OH group to a single or multiple aromatic benzene ring, if we add it to any alkyl chain, we always term it as alcohol. So this is a very fundamental basic difference on the basis of structure between an alcohol and a phenol. Now, if we have a oxygen atom between two different alkyl group or aryl group and alkyl group or aryl group. Aryl group is a benzene like group. We always coin this set of structures as ether. So this is how we make a difference in identifying phenol, alcohol and ether. Now, apart from this identification of phenol, alcohol and ether, let us start with a basic classification of alcohol. Over here, what do we mean by classification of alcohol? This classification of alcohol will be totally based on its structure. For example, we will classify it on the basis of hybridization in context to its attachment. What do I mean by that? I am coming to that. On the one side I will write sp3 hybridization, on the other side I will write sp2 hybridization. When discussing sp3 hybridization, what would I prefer? I will say that if the OH group is attached to the carbon atom attached to only one another carbon atom, then this attachment must be sp3. And if it is attached only to one another carbon atom, then in such a case, as this carbon atom is primary, this alcohol will also be primary alcohol, and I'll coin it as primary alcohol. I am speaking again. The OH attached to the carbon is sp3, and this sp3 hybridized carbon having OH, the hydroxyl group, is attached to only one another carbon. We call it primary alcohol. Now, apart from this, if OH is attached to the carbon and this particular carbon is attached to two other carbon, then this OH bearing carbon, that is the first carbon, is again sp3, but this sp3 hybridized carbon is attached to two other carbon atoms, and therefore this carbon becomes a secondary, and therefore this alcohol will also be coined as secondary alcohol. Keep this particular thing in your mind. Now, going towards the third classification, carbon atom is bearing OH, but this carbon atom is attached to 3 other carbon atom. So it is very clear that this carbon atom is sp3 and it is attached to 3 other carbon atoms, resulting into tertiary alcohol. So we are very clear with primary alcohol, we are very clear with secondary alcohol, and much clear with the tertiary alcohol. So in a single statement I can say that let it be primary, secondary or tertiary alcohol, the OH group, that is the hydroxyl group, must be attached with the carbon, that is sp3 by nature, and this sp3 hybridized carbon has one other carbon, that it is primary alcohol, 2 other carbon, then it is secondary alcohol, and 3 other carbon, then it is tertiary alcohol. So this is all about primary, secondary and tertiary alcohol when we try to classify the alcohol based on hybridization. Still, we should not enter directly into sp2, but there are 2 more popular class that must be included over here. If I say that I have a phenyl ring, sometimes people call it benzene ring, to this phenyl ring there is a CH2 group and to that there is a OH group. So what would happen over here? We will say that OH group is attached to a carbon which is sp3 carbon, and this carbon is directly attached to a phenyl ring. Remember very well what I am speaking. OH group is attached to a carbon, that carbon is sp3 hybridized carbon, and it is attached directly to a phenyl ring, and therefore such kind of alcohol is called benzylic alcohol. Now why is it called benzylic alcohol? Because this particular group is benzyl group. This particular group is benzyl group. Now moving a step ahead, if I have such a type of system, remember this system very well what I am writing. Hydroxyl group, that is OH, is attached to a carbon, that carbon is sp3, and it is attached to an alkene group, then such kind of alcohols are generally coined as allylic alcohol. Such type of alcohols are coined as allylic alcohol, and over here this particular section is called allyl. Allyl, how it was called benzyl, this is called allyl, and henceforth we coin it as allylic alcohol. So keep such things in mind. These are very basic things. This is very initial part of alcohol, phenol and ether, what we are discussing in this current video, and this is a complete classification of alcohol based on sp3. You have a primary alcohol, you have a secondary alcohol, you have a tertiary alcohol, you have a benzylic alcohol, and you have a allylic alcohol. Over here, why did we do such kind of classification can be another question from the exam point of view, and in that case what I must explain you over here is sometimes people in different examination tend to ask us a question like this. They will just randomly draw different OH groups at different position on a carbon atom, and we might be asked to solve these questions. So while we are asked to solve such kind of questions, what should be our method of solving them? If over here we can find 3 OH group and let us name it as A, B and C, can we name to which category this alcohol belongs among these 5? Check it. OH is attached to a carbon, that carbon is directly attached to 1 and 1, 2 other carbon, so this has to be anyway secondary alcohol. Take this second example. OH is attached to a carbon, and this carbon is directly attached to 1 other carbon, 2 other carbon and 3 other carbon. So we might think it to be tertiary alcohol. But wait, this is not completely correct. Why? I'll get back to it. Come back over here and see. OH is attached to a carbon, and that carbon is directly attached to a benzene ring. OH is attached to a carbon, and that carbon is directly attached to a benzene ring. Therefore, this particular hydroxyl group results into benzylic alcohol. Mind well, the same case is over here. OH is attached to a carbon. Let the other 2 carbons be there, but the third carbon is again a benzene, and therefore you should not call it, or whether anyone is trying to attempt, we cannot call it a tertiary alcohol. We must call it again a benzylic alcohol. So these are few of the things, these are few of the questions where these kind of things might come in the examinations, and we are supposed to answer them. That is the reason why we are making it happen. Let us take one more example in the same sp3 category before we move ahead. Let us take one more example. I am drawing a very small example over here, and then we will move ahead. See what happens. H2C, CH, CH, OH, CH2, CH2, CH3, CH3, OH. See, there are 2 hydroxyl group. One hydroxyl group is over here, second hydroxyl group is over here. This hydroxyl group is attached to a carbon, and this carbon is attached to a alkene system. So if you will look profoundly into this category, friends, it is allylic alcohol. It is allylic alcohol. Similarly, over here the OH is attached to a carbon which is attached to 1, 2 and 3 carbon, and therefore it is, yes, tertiary alcohol. So this is it. This classification of alcohol only based on sp3 hybridization can help us to solve such kind of questions. So let us move ahead in the same category. After solving the classification of alcohol based on sp3 carbon, let us move towards sp2 carbon. Whenever we are trying to solve such kind of questions based on sp2 carbons, see what happens. So it was classifying alcohol. We classified it on 2 bases, sp3 and sp2. Before we move on with sp2, I'll just make a short note over here for the 5 different class that we just now had learnt, and we must remember them. It is primary alcohol, secondary alcohol, tertiary alcohol, it is benzylic alcohol, and allylic alcohol. And see, I am just making use of these 5 to make you understand by just drawing one example. I'll try that I can accompany all the category just in a single example, so that you can very easily understand what I am planning to do with these kind of examples. So over here, if we take a closer look into what we are planning to draw, we will not think of the IUPAC as of now, beta, because I am just trying to help you classify it into primary, secondary and tertiary. So see what happens. I have profoundly tried to include all the 5 categories. Let us check. Primary alcohol. OH is attached to a carbon. This carbon is attached to an alkene system. See, OH is attached to a carbon and that carbon is attached to a alkene system. So it is allylic alcohol. So this is allylic alcohol. I hope you are understanding. If you have any queries, you can contact me. You all are in touch with me. So this is allylic alcohol. OH is attached to a carbon and it is attached to only one another carbon directly. So this will help you write primary alcohol. So we are done with both allylic alcohol and primary alcohol. Coming to tertiary alcohol, OH is attached to a carbon and that is attached to 1, 2 and 3 other carbon. So nevertheless, we are talking about tertiary alcohol. For this OH, if I'll try to discuss, it is again 1, 2 and 3. So I have to again end up with tertiary alcohol. And over here, if I say OH is attached to a carbon and that is directly attached to a benzene ring, very clearly you will be able to say that sir is talking about benzylic alcohol. So if at all we think that we have missed secondary alcohol, that is not an issue. It can be done anywhere. We can place it over here. Even if I place it CHOH, yes, I should place it because 4 valency of carbon were not getting completed. So if you see over here, OH is attached to a carbon which is attached to 2 other carbon, and this particular can be called secondary alcohol. So this is how you can classify the alcohol from primary, secondary, tertiary to benzylic and allylic. But the common point in them is sp3 carbon. That is, OH group will be attached directly to that particular carbon which is sp3 in nature. Now coming to sp2, you have 2 popular examples. One is vinylic and the second one is benzene itself. But be very alert over here. First I will take vinylic into consideration and I will not take benzene into consideration, because if I will take benzene into consideration, it will become phenol, and I will teach you in this video itself. Vinylic alcohol. So first of all, always think that this is a vinylic group. And now if I replace this second hydrogen by a OH, see what I mean to speak. OH or hydroxyl group is attached to a carbon and this attachment is sp2 hybridization. So this particular section is called vinylic alcohol. We call it vinylic alcohol. Now, moving ahead in the same category, see what happens. From this vinylic alcohol, I can classify it into little details of alcohol. But remember very well, this is this category. If I shift it to a benzene ring and try to place a OH, definitely this OH is falling on a carbon and that carbon is sp2 by nature, but it is no more now an alcohol, but it has got converted itself into phenol. So this is a special class now. It is not included in alcohol, but it is a phenol. But we are interested in a little more detail about vinyl alcohol. But that detail can be made clear when I classify alcohol not on the basis of hybridization, but on the basis of number of hydroxyl group. So I hope we are clear with this section. And now I am just going to shuffle or shift from this particular section of our talk to another particular section. And what is that? Let us see. Number of hydroxyl group. When I say number of hydroxyl group, see what happens in speaking. If I write CH3, CH2, OH, it is only one alcohol, one OH group. So we will write mono alcohol. We will not make any confusion. We will write mono alcohol. But sometimes what happens, it is CH2, CH2, OH, OH. Here I must mention di-alcohol. Now here we have an option. What is that option that we have over here? I want you to make yourself understand with two things, that is geminal and vicinal. So I am just going to take you in a little different thing, which is very much important from my point of view of learning, and that is I am just replacing this two hydrogen by two hydroxyl group. So when I have two hydroxyl group attached over here onto neighboring carbon atoms, I will always mention it as vinylic alcohol. Remember this thing very well, beta. I'm just discussing about vinylic alcohols. See, on the very contradictory part, what I am doing, I am just taking both the OH on one carbon atom. I am shifting this OH to this carbon and I am shifting this hydrogen to this. It will look like this. Nevertheless, we call it geminal alcohol. We call it geminal alcohol, but it is highly unstable. Remember one very important thing in chemistry, that is, if two hydroxyl group are present on a single carbon atom, it is always unstable and it will result into removal of OH from one side and removal of H from other side, and it will form a different kind of a molecule or a structure. So be very clear that whenever we are talking of geminal alcohols, when we are talking of geminal alcohols, both the hydroxyl group must be on a single carbon atom. But if we are talking of vicinal alcohols, I have just spelled it wrong over here. It is not vinylic, it is vicinal alcohol that falls under the category of vinylic alcohol. I must write like this. So this is vicinal alcohol and this is geminal alcohol. Nevertheless, as I have written like this, but pardon me, it is not vinylic alcohol. I mean to explain you vicinal alcohol, neighboring alcohols, and geminal alcohol. When it is geminal alcohol, both the hydroxyl group are on one single carbon, and when it is vicinal alcohol, both the OH groups are on the neighboring carbon atoms. So friends, this is a very basic introduction of the classification of alcohols that I feel is very important from exam point of view, or even from the point of view of learning organic chemistry. Whenever we talk of phenol, no need to worry much because it is a very simple benzene ring with a OH on its apex. We call it phenol, but very interesting thing about it, what I am fascinated about, is its property of acidity, which will be coming up in the later videos. But remember very well, phenol is known by a popular name, carbolic acid. Phenol is known by a popular name, and that popular name is carbolic acid. Other thing is ether, and I will just classify ether very well. It is very simple classification of ether. Remember, whenever I'll write R, I am just suggesting an alkyl group, but whenever I'll write AR, I am very well suggesting a benzene ring. And sometimes in R, apart from alkyl group, friends, I have seen people suggesting double bond, triple bond, and even cyclic rings. So let us keep in mind that all of these can be integrated and placed in R and others in AR, and henceforth we can classify ether as ROR, where I will write R is equal to R dash or R is not equal to R dash. Both the things are possible. Coming to the second category, AROR, obviously it is different, and AROAR dash, where AR is equal to AR dash or AR is not equal to AR dash. Means both these shapes can be same, both these shapes cannot be same, anything is possible. Over here I can write CH3OCH3 and this category will follow, and CH3OCH2CH3, then I must follow this category. Coming to the second example, I have a benzene ring over here, O and CH3 over here. In this particular case, I'll take two similar benzene rings, so it is AROAR falling in this category. And sometimes if I take something different, it will always look like this. This is the difference. This is how everything works. So friends, this is a very short video in this alcohol phenol ether topic, and we have just tried to go through the classification of alcohol, phenol and ethers. Thank you.